Hello, everyone. Welcome to Map to Love with Katherine Nichole. This is going to be a read on the Divine Masculine as a continuation from the end of the Divine Feminine video that I posted yesterday. So if you haven't listened to that, I encourage you and invite you to listen to that. And at the end of it, I did, a sneak peek of what's going on with the Divine Masculine. And these are the cards that came out. So we're just going to briefly go over them. But first I want to say thank you all for joining me. I really hope that you get something out of this. And if you can look at it from a standpoint of balancing the masculine or feminine within you by listening to these videos, because we do need that balance within us as well. And I still feel like the masculines are releasing things that aren't serving them and letting them go, right? So that's why that's back up there. I feel like there's still need to release some of these toxic energies. So it could be, if you're a divine feminine listening, this could be your divine masculine within that you're healing, or gathering some potential insight on your divine partner, divine masculine. So all right, let's just get started. So first of all, the Archangel Michael cards came out, and the cards that came out are believe and trust, sense of humor, and forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. So what I went over on the other video, and of course when I'm channeling, it just what comes out at that moment. So you might get some things from that. That's why I'm encouraging you to listen to it. But we're just going to give a little, recap here. So with what I'm feeling the divine masculines are working on are believing and trusting themselves, trusting their intuition, knowing that they have the answers within themselves to move forward on their divine path towards their feminine, always towards their feminine. I feel it's either the feminine within themselves or wanting to be in union with you, divine feminine. So either way, they're on this journey. They're learning about themselves. They're learning about the outer world. Their third eye is opening, becoming more aware of things, and they're grabbing their sword of truth. And they're trying to see the lighter side of things, like looking at the past with a little bit of a sense of humor, understanding that everybody's doing the best they can and that everybody played their part so well, and taking the lessons, learning from them, growing from them. So now he's got two swords in his hand and is having some fun again in his life and letting go of some burdens and clearing his headspace and nurturing his inner child, forgiving himself for anything that he thought he did wrong, because truly there's no right or wrong, good or bad. It's a chosen experience to learn from. So he's nurturing his inner child. It could be a father nurturing their child, like they're maybe splitting up from a situation, and moving into a new partnership, making that choice to love themselves because they're not happy. And it's okay. Your children are going to be okay, is what they're saying. Everything's going to work out. Everything is as you planned it. So as long as you're listening to yourself, loving yourself, taking these swords of truth and moving forward, masculines, you're going to be just fine. And nurture that inner child. Go within. Nurture yourself. Connect with that feminine energy, this daughter of cups within you, that youthful, innocent, loving energy. Connect with that divine masculine. That's what Spirit wants you to do, and see the lighter side of things. But this is where they're at. But also there's a lot of toxic energy, toxic thoughts, anxiety, insomnia, secrets, people fighting, people wanting to argue with them, and they don't really want to argue anymore, but they just can't help themselves and engage because it's such a habit. So that's all going on right now, because we've got the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So amongst all that energy, finding your center, takes work. So congratulations to the divine masculines for actually working through these things and finding the lighter side and picking up the sword of truth, no longer afraid to face their fears. Because taking that sword of truth, when we take truth, sometimes truth is something we do not want to acknowledge. We do not want to hear. It is not something that makes us feel happy, but it's something necessary for our growth and necessary to push us forward, right? I mean, I'm sure everyone can agree on that. So he's taking the sword of truth, facing his fears, looking in the mirror, and realizing it's really not as big of a deal as he thought it was. And seeing and laughing maybe to himself, like, oh my gosh, I did that, or I allowed that to happen, or I allowed that to continue this long. Wow, that's on me. He's taken ownership for his stuff. He's taken ownership for the things that the life that he's created, because, like I said, the third eye is opening. And whether you're a he or she and you're the masculine, I just say he for masculine. I just want to make sure you understand that. It just is easier. But he's, waking up to this truth and this reality that he is the creator. He has the power over these things. He has the power to change things, change his thoughts, change his reality. He's the magician. He's wanting a new start, and he's no longer living in fear. Because what's in the middle, kind of in the middle of all this, is the Daughter of Cups, which is that very innocent, loving. He's bringing love back into his life, and that youthful approach, and he's healing. These are all the chakra colors here in this card. Healing his heart space, healing his mind, body, and soul, working on his physical body, loving himself, and nurturing that child within, that feminine within. It's a very beautiful energy to help him out of all of this sword and bothersome wand energy of people around him. He's realizing that, yeah, I do need to let go of certain people in my life, certain situations, and move forward. He's finding balance, though, within the financial department, the Two of Pentacles, and also this could literally mean he's moving, like I said, moving on from another situation, moving into a home. Perhaps you're moving in together, and there's going to be great balance and harmony within that. The figure 8 to me is a twin flame soulmate, confirmation that that's coming together and going to be very well balanced, perhaps a job promotion, some kind of advancement, an idea for money, but it's going to be really successful, and a balance of good health too. All the chakras being balanced, and infinite possibilities, and now the masculine seeing that, so the wheel is turning in his favor, right? It's the ending of old cycles, and that sometimes is very hard. That does keep you up at night sometimes. If you're keeping secrets and you're not speaking your truth, or people just want to argue with you and you're giving in and you're arguing, right? So the wheel is turning in his favor, and he knows it. He knows that he has the power to overcome it. So he's moving forward with confidence and with love, and knows that it's up to him to keep the wheel turning, which is great. That's a great energy for the divine masculine to be in. This owl is, to me, represents wisdom, like knowing, like I said, connected to source, open a third eye, sees past the illusions, past the fears, doubts, anxieties, and is moving forward. And what wasn't revealed in the other reading that was at the bottom of the deck was I flipped it over, I was contemplating, and it's the Lover's card. So now we're moving forward, right? We're making a choice in love. This is making the best choice for healing, for growth. The divine masculine is making a choice in love. He's choosing to love himself, and he's choosing to fly with his true divine partner, his true match. This twin flame, this soulmate, and that's his choice. So there's a lot of healing happening, and he's making the choice. So that'll resonate differently with each and every one of you, right? Because it depends on where you're at on your path. But he is making a choice, the choice for the best case scenario for him and everyone else involved. So that's all we can really ask for, right? Here, let's put the wheel on top, or how about this lovely Daughter of Cups? Let's put love on top of this pile. Focus on the love. All right, we're just going to get a little more information for the divine masculine. Messages, what's happening with the divine masculine. Oh, well, that's definitely one. I wanted to stay there. Strength, yeah. He's relying on his inner strength, balancing the divine feminine within and riding forward, right? The feminine on there, an angel, angelic support, Archangel Ariel. And this is 11. This is a master number, so mastering himself. It's self-mastery. That's what the masculines are working on, self-mastery. Because then they can move forward with all the tools in their tool belt. And it is time for new beginnings. 11s are new beginnings. Yeah. They are still releasing, like I said. It's that forgiveness and compassion for themselves really is helping them move forward. There we go. Again, Two of Pentacles. This is a double confirmation. We just had that with the other cards, that butterfly, that Two of Pentacles. So this is really, yes, and going back to that playful approach, that youthful approach, like making decisions. Like he's making decisions. And it will be balanced. It'll be balanced. And it'll get taken care of. But sometimes it gets a little chaotic with all the decisions. And mastering yourself isn't always easy, right? I mean, it just isn't. It takes work. It takes inner strength. It takes relying on help from others. Even angelic support, spiritual help. I mean, so he's learning how to do that. The masculine is, and wanting to have more fun in life and balance, come into balance, and other ways as well. So, the Six of Earth. Yeah, this reminiscent of the past. This could be he's coming in from your past if you're a Divine Feminine watching, or someone from his past is coming in, someone from your past, because the Six is reminiscent of that. But it's also very generous, giving and receiving. Like I said, with the butterfly, that figure 8 is very giving and receiving and flowing, and that's what this divine partnership is. It's very even and flowing and wonderful. But the masculine, you may be receiving some kind of gift, like I said, promotion, job change, an idea for a side job that's going to really work out and bring things into balance in your life. You see these scales, like you'll have what I'm feeling right now. This is the message coming through. You're going to have more money to save pretty soon if you really follow through with those divinely inspired steps that you're getting from Spirit, and you'll be able to save more, and you'll be able to do more, and you'll have more to give to people, more to share. That's what I'm really feeling with this. It's time for you to receive those gifts. It's time for you to open your arms and receive, because you've been working really hard, and you should be proud of yourself. And also know that the true partner for you, the partner that's, if you're not in union, that's coming in, is going to be very much a yin to your yang, and just very loving and very giving. So I'm just feeling it. It's very beautiful. Sixes are very beautiful too, and it's a very blessed time for you masculine. It's a very blessed time. The Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. So someone coming through with that truth again, just like we saw in the other reading with Archangel Michael, or the other cards with this reading is Archangel Michael. He's got the Swords of Truth. Well, this is a feminine energy coming in with her truth, with the feminine truth. This could also mean you're coming into balance with the feminine within, receiving that same truth. So there's just a lot of truth and clarity coming through for the masculines, whether that be an actual female, and this is your divine partner, and she gives you that clarity of truth, because for a lot of you that are coming together right now, that have come in union, are in union, or are coming soon, it's going to be like that. It's time to speak your truth, because it's time for us to grow and evolve and expand, and it's happening quickly, and I'm open to that. And so I know that my partner is open to that. It has to be that way, because I'm attracted to the same energy. It's time to speak your truth, with compassion, but sometimes this energy can be sarcastic or very unemotional, but it's always coming from the Queen of Swords upright is coming from a very grounded place. This is a very independent woman. That type of feeling, like I got this, like more truth, more clarity is coming in. And it may be from a female in your life. Someone from your past, perhaps, to give you this truth. Someone you least, for someone, it's some of you, it's someone you least expect. But they're very experienced in what you're doing. That could be it too. Whatever project you're working on, they're very experienced with what you have going on. So don't be afraid to reach out to this queen, to this feminine. Okay, so I don't really read a lot of reversals, but we will talk about that. This is the Hanged Man. Sorry, my cards are falling. This is the Hanged Man, right? Like typically, if it's like this, you're suspended, seeing things from a different perspective, different point of view. well, I feel like the masculines have already done that, and that's why it came in like this. I'm seeing this as a positive, like they're ready to take action now. They've been hanging on, thinking about it, deciding what they're going to do, and they have this clarity now, this truth, and so they're actually going to take action now. That's what I'm seeing with that. And again, awakening. The masculines are awakening. Like, it's a big awakening too. And I'm feeling many of the masculines of the collective are coming to this divine masculine status, so to speak. This divine truth is just flowing through them, and they're ready to move forward. Again, another confirmation from the other cards. It's crazy, right? The Five of Fire is the Five of Wands. So, like, maybe there's some competition going on around you and people are causing problems. They don't want you to succeed, but you have the power within to succeed, whatever it is that you're doing. And there's enough for everybody. There's enough abundance. People don't realize that they don't need to fight about these things because there's enough opportunity. Just like what I do, I finally, stepping out and speaking my truth. And I'm going to be doing some more educational type videos as well. So, yes, look forward to those, definitely, because I've come a long way. And there's a lot of beautiful readers and people that are spiritual guides and spiritual coaches. So even if you have competition, quote unquote, around you, like for whatever your career path is, whatever you're doing, don't worry about it, because there's 7.5 billion people or so in the world, and there needs to be a lot of us. And guess what that means? There's more people waking up, right? There's more people waking up to their purpose and their plan. So, and this conflict is just, it's just work. You're strong enough to get through it, masculines. You're seeing it from a different perspective because you have your truth, right? You're looking at it from a spiritual point of view, and you're seeing it from a different perspective. So you're able to, this is change. Fives are change, and it was two fives in the other deck, I believe. So there's a lot of change happening, change for the good. Balance is coming back into your life. But sometimes you have to deal with this stuff and speak your truth. You have this sword of truth. The Queen of Swords is telling you it's time to speak your truth. It's time to speak up about this so you can end this fighting details. Yeah, and another 5. Wow. I can't even, wow, that's, so if you start seeing 5s, divine masculines, or even divine feminines that are watching this, like 5s, that's change, that's good, that's luck, that's the wheel, like I feel like that's the wheel turning. This is all this change that needs to happen. And it's like, change within the way that you're thinking, with your passion, with your drive, with your swords of truth, and also with your emotions, right? Focusing on the 2 cups that are still standing, which is his cup and what he knows to be his divine partner's cup. So it's the masculine has filled his cup, and the divine feminine has filled her cup, and they're ready to come into union. That's what I'm feeling from this card, especially with the Lovers making the choice, and right under the 2 of Earth, which is 2 coming together, and that was confirmed in that. There's a lot of confirmations. And the next card is the 6 of Air, so another 6, beauty, blessings are coming your way. Things are looking up, right? It's been difficult. All that sword energy is difficult. So the masculines have been through it. They've been going through the dark night of the soul, and they're still releasing. So be patient. Be patient with yourself, and divine feminines, be patient with them. It's time to do something fun, right? Like, have a little bit more fun. See the lighter side. See the humor in it. And I just, real quick. So things are looking up. Things are looking up for the masculines. But real quick, I just want to pull the confirmations out of here, because I feel like there's so many of them that I just want to show, just really, this is a double card. So these are really important to look at and let go of, these bothersome competitive things. This 2 of Earth, right? We've got 2 and 2 there. We've got the 5 of Swords, which is another 5. And then we have, I thought there was one more. Oh, just the Swords of Truth, really, in all of these pictures here. But there's a lot of synchronicities and 5s, and focusing on his cup here is how I see this kind of synchronicity going, and just moving on, believing and trusting in that, letting go. But yeah, very, very interesting so far. Very interesting so far. So there's a lot of synchronicities and numbers. Oh, and look, when I had this, I just realized this. Look, 2, 2, 2. So that's another confirmation for somebody. Coming together, partnering up, divine union. And here the butterfly I put right in the middle of this. Like keep on going because you're on the right path. Keep on going. Okay? So yeah, that's a beautiful confirmation, and it could be 111111. So I mean, that's massive amounts of new beginnings and things changing. So there's a lot of change. So if you haven't really prepared yourself, I definitely would, divine masculines. But it's a change for the good. You're going out on your own. You're leaving the crap behind, right? You're leaving all this behind, and look at all that that healing and that divine light that's with you. So just keep going. You're on the right path. You're sailing forward in the way that you're intended to. You're taking action now, changing negative mindsets, letting go of people and situations. It's good. Keep releasing. Allow yourself to see the truth. Be authentic with yourself. We're going to see what the abundance angels have to say for the health and finances of the divine masculine. Let go of guilt. Divine masculines, let go of guilt. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Something from the past. It's a lower vibrating energy, and let go of it. You've done the best you can. You're working on yourself. You're moving forward. It's beautiful. Let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So that's what's happening with the divine masculines. They're letting go of this guilt. They're letting go of this past. They're leaving this behind and sailing forward. They're leaving all these bothersome energies behind, and they're not feeling guilty about it anymore. Perhaps to masculines, you've let yourself stay in situations, relationships, family dynamic situations, work situations that you knew weren't serving you, and you felt guilty because you didn't want to leave because you work so hard, and you're just afraid of spreading your wings and going forward. Well, this is your confirmation to let go of that, because it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to sail away with your independence and spend more time in nature. It helps you shift to a higher vibration, right? So this card is, I think I got this for talking about the divine masculine in my previous video, whatever the last one I posted, divine feminine masculine. I believe this came out somewhere for them to nurture themselves, to really take time to take care of their physical bodies, eating better, getting out in nature, exercising. So they're working on this. The masculines are working on this. They've planted the seeds of their intentions, and they're watering it and really taking care of themselves and nurturing that inner child again. So it's really beautiful. And that's going to just transform your lives, the masculines, when you do this, when you take that time. So if you're working on that project that we've been talking about, successful funding is available. So don't give up on this. Listen to your inspired guidance and reach out, like I said, to the people that you might least expect this Queen of Air or this strong feminine energy. It might be a masculine, it might be a man, but it's a strong feminine, just very truthful and they're coming in to help you. So it's there. So just take that as a confirmation and follow your divine guidance. And you deserve it, right? Deserving this. This is really important. And the masculines are working on this. They know that they deserve it now. They're finally realizing that they deserve all this abundance, and there's enough for everybody. And they don't have to fight anymore to get it. They don't have to take power that way. They have connection to infinite intelligence, source energy, the creator of all that is, and they know this now. So they're opening their arms, they're opening their hearts to receive this energy instead of needing to take it in other forms. They're dropping their guards. They're relaxing more. They're resting more. Getting better sleep at night, knowing that everything's going to be okay and that they deserve it. And I'm going to tell you, who's ever listening to this video, you deserve it, and you are worthy. And there is really, truly plenty for everybody. There really is. And they're waking up to their purpose in life, their divine purpose. The masculines are waking up and realizing they might, you might notice that the masculines that you're feeling this inside, or feminines, you might watch this happen where all of a sudden they're like, no, I want to do this, or I'm going to pursue this dream finally. I'm going to go after what I really want. I'm going to let go of old hurts and old pain, and I'm going to move forward in love, and I'm going to go after it, and I'm going to have the time of my life, and we're going to travel, and we're going to heal together and fly together, and it'll be a true partner for me. They're really seeing that. They're really like, whatever it is, whatever the change is, it could be a job. Like I said, someone could literally be moving. This is another card on this ship, like moving to another location, another home, moving on. And so that this is the confirmation. What's happening? Coming together, moving towards, I think I felt this way, moving towards the feminine, you know, balancing the feminine within and moving forward. It's great. So we're going to use the romance angels to see how, we're going to take a peek. How is the masculine, divine masculine, feeling about his divine feminine, whether in union or not? That he's letting go, okay. The divine masculine has been wearing some sort of a mask, okay, for some situation. It's going to be different for everybody, right? But he's got this clarity of truth, or someone in his life has been wearing a mask. So he's just seeing the truth about himself and the truth about others, and letting go of these deceptive energies, these third-party situations, people that aren't treating him well. And look at that confidence. Like, look at the angels whispering in his ear, right? He's going to take off. He's like looking, saying, you know, it's time to take off the mask. This is my truth. And I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye to all that's not serving me. And I'm doing it with love. And I'm doing it with compassion, because I understand. I get it. You didn't know any better. This is what they're working on, okay? And even if it's with themselves, looking at themselves in the mirror and taking off the mask and being truly authentic is what I'm hearing. They're letting go of the deception. And they're not deceiving themselves about you either. That looks like a little Cupid, right? So they know. Like, they've been listening to other people. Maybe there's other people. Maybe that's the bothersome, you know, oh, you shouldn't be with that person. Oh, they're from your past. You remember what happened back then? La, 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 la. And they're like, no, I know the truth about this person. We all have opportunity to change. And if this person has changed and has evolved, then yes, you know, it's up to you. You make decisions for you. If that's one situation. Or just hearing the truth about how much that the masculine loves the divine feminine, and waking up to that and saying goodbye to energies that would get in the way of that. So it'll, you know, obviously take what resonates with you and leave the rest, but that's what's happening, is they're hearing the truth about love, loving themselves enough to move forward and move out of unhealthy situations and toxic thought patterns too. There's a lot of masculines that have really deceptive thoughts, their own thoughts. Worries and anxieties and making up stories and not investigating the truth and not really seeing the truth, and now they are seeing the truth. Yeah, past life, like I said, the 6 of Earth making me feel reminiscent of past, you know, all the 6s, you know, this is a 6 as well. So, you know, beauty, the past, blessings. So this is someone coming in. They feel you. If you're not together physically, like, they are connecting with you. All you have to do, divine feminine, is close your eyes and they're there. Look, it's like saying, I'm with you no matter if we're physically together or not. So this love interest, like how he's feeling about you, is like he's known you forever if you've just met, or wanting to rekindle that. Remember what it was like when we first met. It was like we'd known each other forever. I want this back again. I want this feeling again. I want to be with you. I want to love you. I want to caress you and make you feel pleasure and be romantic. And look, he's like almost in her ear, like, I want to tell you how I really feel. So they're really opening up their heart space and healing past pains, and really wanting to express this to you, divine feminine. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path, right? So this could be the bothersome family, like you're from different religions, different parts of the world, and the families are having a hard time with that, because I do feel like for someone that the family is like making you feel bad about this, and they're just, you know, giving you all these crazy thoughts, and it's time to let go of that and be honest with them and upfront with them and just say, no, I'm not going to allow you to cloud my judgment. I know what I feel, and I'm going to move forward regardless of what you say, because it's time for me to choose for me. That is someone's particular situation. But also it can be that your path, your divine path and plan is taking you on a route spiritually or religiously, and that's where you're going to meet your person. That's where you're going to come into union with them, is following that path. This crown is coming down upon her. Like, I feel that the divine feminines are being crowned right now. There's a crowning happening. There's a leveling up, and they realize that, and so they're working and they're leveling up as well, because they feel it. And it is, I mean, can't you feel it? I mean, we know leveling up, like people are leveling up and being crowned, and the blessings are coming because of that, because you've done the work. So the divine feminines are being crowned, and they're striving to reach that. They're freeing themselves. They realize that they can just get right out of whatever they're in. They really are freeing themselves from all this deception. Anything else about how the divine masculine is viewing? Yeah, they're very optimistic, and they want you to be very optimistic, divine feminines. The divine masculines are very optimistic about their love life. They are choosing themselves. They're finally doing that. They're giving thanks and gratitude, and they're thankful for everything they have, and they're taking care of themselves, and they're honoring you. They're honoring you, divine feminines. Like, look how far you've come. I'm honoring you. Look how beautiful you are. And they're encouraging you to stay optimistic, because the more positive you are, it helps bring them, it's easier, it soothes the connection, and it helps them come closer. And they're telling you it's safe to love. Please open your heart and receive. Please open your heart and receive this love that I am trying to get to. And look at, there's that little Cupid, kissing her. Like I said, a crowning. And look, this one's wearing a crown. Like, there's a crowning happening. This is blessed. This union is blessed. Look how blessed this union is. This is blessed. And they're telling you, please believe in that. It's a blessed union. And it's safe for you to open yourself up to me again. Because this is not just the first time again. And if you're within a relationship, it's safe to open up your heart to your partner again, is what they're telling you. Please open up to me. I want to open up to you. I'm really working on this. That's how they're feeling, and it's really, really nice, beautiful. So we're gonna get an oracle message from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. We're just gonna get a last message. For whoever is listening to this video. And you'll know if it's for you or the person or the masculine. Like, if you're a divine feminine and you're watching, this could definitely be for you. And you'll know. Or it's going to give you insight on the masculine. Either way, take it as it resonates. But it's for the person listening to this video. The Queen of the Light. Illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. And it's another 6. So there we go again with the 6. So we got 666, which is very blessed, very lucky, very beautiful. And it definitely feels like past life, or someone from this life, from your, from before, that's coming forward and really has worked on themselves and really healed. You see all that healing? Look at all that healing, like opening, like I said, opening their hearts, opening their hands, receiving the blessings. The masculine is understanding, whoever's listening to this, whether you're masculine or feminine, understanding the beauty in that. It is time for us to receive. It's time to open look at all this healing and all this enlightenment. Look at and gifts and blessings, they're coming. And the divine feminine is just standing in her glory in this goddess like energy. And if masculine, standing in your god like energy and just receiving this and celebrating. Don't block that out with your thoughts, because I feel like some people are blocking that out. They're blocking the illumination. They're blocking the truth. It's time to see the truth, to know the truth. Okay, we're going to read a little bit from here. So I just want to say, for those that are possibly still working on this, like, open yourself up, because if you don't, you're giving into the fears, and you're letting the fears lead the way, and your ego lead the way, and you're not being authentic, and you're leaving the mask on. So just take all that off, be authentic, and you deserve it. You're worthy, and open your arms. The Queen of Light is a beautiful ally and comes into your life to herald success in all your ventures. She illuminates the most important steps on your path and reminds you of your own brilliance. You're intelligent and inspired, and all your needs will be met. Remember that you're the instrument of the divine shining through you in this world. You're on the correct path for your highest good. The Queen also brings you insight into how you manifest your reality in the most miraculous ways. I mean, isn't this just so pretty to look at? Maybe if you're watching. She promises that you'll be shown the next right action and celebrates you as you stand brilliant, joyful, and enlightened in the present time. You've worked hard to come this far. You can be proud to stand tall in your conviction that in your heart of hearts you know the truth of your situation. Rewards for your perseverance and willingness to learn are on their way. Gratitude and acceptance are key today. Be thankful. Be gracious for all you have, because you will get more things to be grateful for. Accept the love, the unconditional love and healing and blessings and abundance that the universe has for you, because you deserve it. And there's enough for everybody. So open your arms, open your hearts, and allow yourself to receive. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and it brings you some kind of clarity, epiphany, insight on your divine partner or perhaps yourself. And I always enjoy your comments. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon.